So I am back at it with my another, new releases or soon to be released coloring books video. I love making these. I actually just uploaded one last week and I know people really like to see these. I have so much fun looking into the new books that are coming out. It gives me way too many ideas on way too many books to buy. So I figured I'd make another one just because I genuinely really enjoy these videos. And while I'll be chatting today, I will be coloring in my Johanna Basford Lost Ocean book. No, this is not a new book, but I've had it for almost a year now, and I've only done 2 pages. So I feel like it needs some more love. I brought out this book when I was doing my coloring book collection, and I kind of flipped through, and I was like, oh, that's right, like I love this book. So I pulled out this double page spread, which intimidates me because double page spreads are definitely outside of my comfort zone, but I figured this could be something that I just randomly pick up and, maybe do a fish today, another fish in 2 months, whatever it is. I just want to give this book more attention. And today I'll be using my Brute Funner pencils and maybe a little bit of gel pen. The gel pens are brandless, I guess. I don't know. They were super cheap on Amazon. I got them a year ago. I don't have that many gel pens left because I've been making an effort to use them up, but I think I'll maybe use a little bit of them somewhere. And I guess a little disclaimer, most of the books I'll be talking about today are actually Creative Haven. They have been super busy. They're cranking out their new releases, but not all of them are Creative Haven. There's a total of 11 books. I really wanted to do 10, but then as I was about to close out, the 11th one jumped out and I had to. So it's, I guess, an honorable mention. And maybe I can start off with that one. But also, which fish do I want to start off with is the true question. Okay, this guy for some reason is really calling my name. This beauty. So the first and the honorable mention, I guess, because it's technically not a coloring book, it's a calendar. But Johanna Basford released her 2022 calendar. So it's a coloring calendar. So each month you have a picture to color. So therefore 12. It is a spiral bound at the top kind of book. And it just features her very, traditional floral, just beautiful artwork. She also recently released the Worlds of Wonder book that I think everybody has seen. And yeah, another person that's been really, really busy. The calendar will be released on August 24th, so a couple of months. And if you decided to pre-order it, the pre-order price is $14.99. I don't foresee the price changing very much because obviously it's not her first time releasing a calendar. Yeah, I am gonna get it. I am definitely going to pre-order it because it's so, so beautiful, and I'm a sucker for Johanna Basford, obviously, as I'm coloring in one of her books. Yeah, I don't know. This was the honorable mention. This is the one that I saw right before I closed out of all my tabs, and I just had to mention it because she's beautiful. It's such a pretty calendar. But it's crazy to think that things are already being released for 2022. I feel like 2021 just started. Yes, I know it's May, but nothing has happened in 2021. Can't go anywhere. So it just feels like the year just begun. But Johanna has other opinions. I don't know. Are these 2 pinks too close to each other in color? Meh. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And this is another non-Creative Haven book. It is called The Kindness Coloring Book. Oh, I guess I also forgot to mention, I will link all of these books below so you don't have to go out and search for them. They will be in the description bar. But yeah, so the next book is The Kindness Coloring Book. It is by Nina Taylor and it will be released on October 1st. And the pre-order price is $12.99, and the prices that I'm saying are in the US dollar. And it says, wrap yourself up in a world of kindness with a collection of over 60 peaceful images to color from illustrator Nina Taylor. So I think it's really cool that it's 60 illustrations. I mean, that's a pretty thick book, especially for $12.99. I feel like that's a pretty good price. Yeah, and it says, when your world is a whirl, you need a way to wind down and escape from its demands. The designs in this coloring book have been specifically chosen to elicit a sense of kindness, gratitude, and well-being. That sounds cozy. That sounds adorable. And based on just the cover, Amazon does not provide any images of the inside just yet, maybe a little bit closer to October 1st. But based on the cover alone, I foresee a lot of florals and maybe birds. So if you're not a fan of the florals or the birds, maybe this is not the one. But I've actually noticed that a lot with like kindness or coziness kind of coloring books. For some reason, birds are featured a lot. And I don't know why birds are associated with coziness, because I sure don't associate birds with being cozy. Yeah, I don't know. Am I the only one who doesn't think that birds are a cozy animal? Like when I think of being comfy cozy, I think of like a cat purring on my lap or a cute dog, sleeping next to me. Not a bird swooping into the top of my head. I don't know. Maybe that's just me and the copious amount of coffee I've had today. The next book is a Creative Haven book, and it's called Whimsical Wonders, and it's by Marjorie Sarnate. I never know how to say her name. It is released on September 15th, and the pre-order price is $12.99, which, is kind of really pricey for a Creative Haven. And I don't think I've ever paid more than $6 for a Creative Haven book. So the fact that the pre-order price is $12.99, I don't know, is she pricey? But my favorite thing about this book is the fact that Amazon gives you zero information on it. Isn't that great? It just has the cover picture that I obviously will include, the title, and that's it. There's no description. Usually they have a little blurb. Nada. So maybe closer to September 15th, but as of right now, there's not much. The cover does look really cool. So obviously it features the beautiful mermaid. So I think if you're into mystical creatures, this could be a cool one. But, maybe wait a bit until hopefully Amazon provides some sort of information on it. That would be great. But yeah, I don't know. I wish there was more. All it says is that there are 192 pages. What? I'm assuming they're double-sided, so you get only half, but do you really get 100 images? Or close to 100? I don't know. I mean, if you do, it would make sense why the book is $12.99. But I don't know. I'm confused. But the mermaid looks beautiful. I wish it was releasing sooner so you could use it for mermaid, but maybe next year. Next one. Okay, so another Creative Haven, and also speaking of my opinion of what cozy defines, is Cozy Christmas by Jessica Mazurkiewicz. This cover just gives me all the feelings of the Christmas tree being in the apartment and having candles lit, hot cider, or maybe a little bit of hot wine. All wine is spiked, I guess. It's so cute, and I love the two dogs on the front. Much more relaxing than the other bird cover. And I also really like Jessica Mazurkovic's art style. I own one of her books. I own the Huga book, which is another really comfy, cozy kind of book, if that's what you are hoping to obtain. But the book is released on September 15th, another September 15th release. And this book, the pre-order price is $5.99, which sounds much more realistic for Creative Haven. And there is a description for this one. Thank goodness. It says, get cozy and relax as you color 31 picturesque holiday scenes that capture the joy, warmth, and comfort of Christmas. Yes, please. I know it's May, I know, but I love the Christmas season, and I cannot wait. Summer is my favorite season of the year, but the holiday season just always has had a special place in my little Christmas loving heart. And yeah, again, September 15th, Jessica Mazurkovic's Cozy Christmas, and you get to color those cute doggos. So adorable. I wish they were wearing little Christmas sweaters though, not gonna lie. So moving on to the next one, another Creative Haven, and it's called the Happiness Coloring Book. I guess a lot of artists are coming out with happiness or relaxation centered coloring books, which I guess makes sense with the current pandemic and just, lockdown situation. I don't know about where you folks are, but I am in Germany and everything is still shut down. We are still quite in a severe lockdown. So I will take all the comfy, cozy kind of books. The Happiness Coloring Book is by Jo Taylor, which I don't think I've ever seen anything by this artist. The book is released on October 13th, and it is $5.99, another much more realistic Creative Haven price. I don't know what's happening with that $12.99 for the other one. And the little blurb says, unleash your inner artist and experience the joy that coloring these 31 cheerful designs can provide. From butterflies and beaches to sailboats and sunsets, these sweet illustrations of life's simple pleasures will definitely bring a smile to your face. So cute, and per usual, they are one-sided and perforated, which I think is true for all the Creative Haven books, or at least it's true for all of the Creative Haven books that I own. And the cover actually cracked me up. I love that little sassy cat on the bottom right. So much attitude. Love it. Ugh, this fish is taking me forever. So moving on to the next book. Guess what? It's a Creative Haven. Who would have known? Like I said, they're just really busy. They've been really busy, I guess, because they're releasing so many new titles. And I've done a whole dedicated video to their new releases. I don't know, maybe 2 months back. And I feel like their books are always mentioned in my what's upcoming videos. So they're busy little bees. And the book that I want to mention is the Creative Haven, A Garden of Quotes coloring book. It is released on October 13th, and the price is $5.99. Well, the pre-order price. It is by Lindsay Boylan, which is another artist I haven't seen before. I'm assuming they probably have done other Creative Haven books, but I haven't seen any, and I definitely don't own any. But the description says, relax and unwind as you color these 31 stunning floral designs featuring sweet garden-themed quotes. And then the cover does also have the quote of, where flowers bloom, so does hope. Very nice. I was a little surprised to see that this is being released in the fall, because I feel like this would have been a really good, either spring or summer kind of book, in my personal opinion. Again, when I think flowers and garden-y kind of quotes, I think the warmer months. But yeah, it's been released October 13th. It looks very nice. I am not the biggest quote coloring kind of person, but I know a lot of people are. So I think this would be a cool contribution to anybody's collection, especially if you like nice quotes. There is one quote that I actually really like. This is kind of a tangent, but there's one quote that I really like, and it's actually the screensaver on my phone, and it has been for multiple years now. And it's the grass is greener where you water it. I don't know, just something about that quote, because, you know, people always say like, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. So something about that quote, the grass is greener where you water it. Totally irrelevant, totally random, but I just think it's a nice quote. This double page spread is going to take me ages. my newly established forever whip. Alrighty, moving on to a book that actually is being put out by the Smithsonian Museum, which is super cool. I love that they're venturing out into this wonderful universe of adult coloring, right? So the Smithsonian is working with an artist named Rachel Curtis, and they are printing a book called Sea Creatures. And it is released on October 12th of this year. The price is $16.99, so I guess this is the most expensive book, right, so far? How much was the Johanna Basford calendar? I think it was less than that. But, and the description says, voyage beneath the waves to realms of beauty and mystery, ready for you to color. The Smithsonian Institution presents an awe-inspiring new coloring book that explores the diverse biology of our underwater world. How cool is that? I feel like that little blurb just took me on a journey. So if you are an underwater sea creature enthusiast, as I'm coloring fish, I think this would be such a cool book. And based on the cover, the illustrations look very nice. Again, I'm surprised about the release date of October. Again, I don't know why, but, well, I guess I know why. Sea creatures, again, I associate with the beach, which I associate with summertime. So I would, in my head, a summer release date makes more sense, but I am in no way an artist, and I'm in no way a printing press. So I'm just, you know, tossing in my 2 cents, I guess. But let's see how many pages it has. So it has 80 pages, and I'm assuming they're one-sided. I'm not sure. Let's see. It says ivory paper, deluxe ivory paper. So I'm assuming it's going to be a nicer quality paper. And, yes, it doesn't mention whether it's single-sided or double-sided. I don't know. I have a sneaky suspicion it might be double-sided. We'll see. Again, Amazon, as of right now, doesn't have any preview images aside from the cover. I mentioned this in my last video that I like of this series, where I think it's completely unacceptable to release a coloring book and not give anybody a preview. I understand that artists want to protect their work. You obviously don't want people just copying your images, but at least give us like 1 or 2 pages preview so customers know what they're signing up for. You know, feel free to put like a watermark in the middle, but give us something, because it's very hard to commit, at least for me, to a coloring book that I know nothing about, like about the art style. That's my little rant. I had the same rant in my last video, and I had people agree because, again, you are going to make a financial investment, whether it's $5.99, $15.99, whatever it is, and you want to know what you are putting your money towards, right? Like, I don't care if it's 50 cents. I still want to know, like, what am I contributing to? Sorry, again, the rant. Moving on, we have 4 more books. This is probably the most unique book in this video, and it's called The Color Quest. Color Quest dot Enchanted, an extraordinary seek and find coloring book for artists. I don't know why I'm struggling with speaking today. It's one of those days, I guess. It's one of those days. But this book is really neat, and they actually give you previews. Oh my God, the shock and awe of the concept. But it has pages, right? And each page is really busy with different items on it for you to color. And then at the bottom of the page, there's a list of things for you to find. So if you go on Amazon, you'll be able to see the two previews. One of them, for example, has you need to find a squirrel, right? So you go through this super busy page as you're coloring and you try to find the squirrel. I think that's really neat. Yes, the pages are super duper busy. If they weren't, I think it would be a very boring color quest, right? There's like 5 items on the page and you need to find the 5. That would be very dull. But I think this would be really cool to take gel pens to, or I don't know, maybe do everything in watercolor, but color the items that you're supposed to find in like a gel pen or something neon, you know, to make them pop. Whatever it is, I think it's a cool concept. I love that artists and companies are branching out. You know, cheers to the creativity, cheers to the new ideas. It's an exciting time, right, to be in the coloring community, or at least I think so. And I guess I should also tell you when this book's released, but it's released on November 16th of this year, and the artist that worked on it is Amanda Brack. And it says there are 112 pages, so I'm assuming that also includes like the cover page and the introductions and such. But let's see. It says Amanda Brack's Color Quest features intricate fairy tale scenes to color with hidden objects to discover. So that sounds lovely. I think this would also be really neat maybe for children. You know, kind of keep them busy. Give them some colored pencils or something. And even if you don't want to find the items, I think the pages themselves are really cool looking. And you know how I know that? Because there's a preview. I can't get over the fact that I'm genuinely shocked and like flattered by the fact that the artist cared enough to give us a little preview. Sorry. Okay, I'll stop ranting about that now. And sorry, the pre-order price is $15.99. Moving on to the next book, which is another Creative Haven, and it is called Gothic Fantasy. It is by Marty Noble and is released on December 15th, 2021, which is so far away. And the pre-order price is the lovely $5.99. Per usual, there are 31 pages, and it says it features a variety of beautiful women in elegant Gothic styled capes and attire surrounded by intricate borders, designs of skulls, goblets, thorny vines, and other mysterious elements. I love the cover. I think the dress is beautiful. She's definitely very mysterious. And again, why is it being released during the holiday season, December 15th? I feel like this is such a better release before, what is it called? Halloween, right? I'm not a big Halloween person. I don't know, like spooky, creepy is not really my scene. But wouldn't this be a much cooler thing to color during Halloweenish season? I don't know. I'm extra judgmental today. I don't know what it is. It's the caffeine. I feel like regardless of my mood or what I'm doing, I always blame the coffee. Oh, it's not enough caffeine. Oh, it's too much caffeine. It happens. Moving on to the next one. It is another Creative Haven. It is called Legendary Mermaids. Yes, cover's beautiful. It's by Marty Noble, and it's released on November 17th of this year. $5.99 is the pre-order price. And what I thought was cool about this book is that in the description, they mentioned that this book also features mermen. And I feel like it's quite difficult to find mermen or men in general in coloring books, with, if it has people depicted or some sort of mythical creature. For the most part, it's usually ladies. So I think it's really cool that Marty chose to include mermen. I remember Danny Buttons, I think, in one of her scavenger hunts, it was you had to find a picture of a man in your coloring books. And I watched some of the videos of other colorists talking about like the books that they found, and a lot of them really struggled with that prompt because a lot of coloring books just don't feature men. I love how long it's taking me to do the one fish. I don't think I know what I committed to, but I like how it's looking pretty cool so far. So moving on to the last book that I wanted to talk about today. It is another Creative Haven, and this has actually already been released. So this is the Fanciful Nature Designs by Jessica Mazurkovics, and it was released on May 19th. So really recently released. It is $12.99, so it's definitely a thicker book. It would have more than the traditional 31 pages that they feature, usually in their $5.99 books. And again, Amazon provides you with no preview and no description. Thank you, Amazon. But I have full faith in Jessica Mazurkovics' art style and her skills. Like I said, I have one of her books, and artwork's great. So yeah, it looks really cool. I am very happy with the release date of this one because it just, to me, again, logically makes sense. It is nature, flowers, such artwork that it would be released during the warmer months. But again, released May 19th, $12.99, and according to Amazon, it's 192 pages. So definitely a thicker book. I'm so curious to see what it looks like, but I will leave all the links down below per usual. Please let me know if you pre-order any of these books. I'm just curious, like what caught your eye, what didn't. Have you maybe seen a flip of this book here? Because this one's already been released. And I'm just curious. I love all the conversations that happen in the comment section. I think it's very refreshing to talk to other people who share this hobby and, attraction to the lovely world of coloring. But yeah, please let me know if you decide to go for any of these books, or if you're not, why? I also love that kind of gossip too. Let me know what you're thinking, and I will continue working on this fish that has been taking me ages. Oh gosh, I think I was a little too quick to jump to the conclusion that I can actually finish this page in my lifetime. But maybe that could be a new self-challenge, to finish this huge fish page. Yeah, I'll have to whip out my gel pens, because I think if I continue using colored pencils, I'll be working on this in 5 years. But thank you everybody so much for watching this video. I have a whole playlist of these videos, and like I said, I released, or I don't know, uploaded one of these videos last week as well. So all of those books are still new releases, or I think most of them are still upcoming releases. So if you liked this video, definitely check that one out. And then I will see everybody in the next one. Bye.